What's up, everybody? This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob. Today, or tonight anyway, I have Jeremy from Toronto Whisky Society joining me.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Cheers.
We are going to start off, and Peter White's watching, I already saw him in the crowd, with a bottle that Peter and I split. So when I get to the halfway point, I got to share this or give this to Peter. It's the Balvenie 1993 24-year-old. I've taken already, well, this is my second dram out of it, and then a buddy of mine named Marco has had a dram out of it, and Jeremy's having a dram right now, and it is absolutely redonkulous.
Yeah,
but that's
fabulous stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. But that's not actually what we're here to talk about tonight. Tonight is about something that Jeremy's bringing to the table, so I'll let him talk about it really quickly.
This is a bottle that's been on my list for a long time. It's the Balvenie Tun 1401 batch 6. This one is 7 ex-bourbon casks and 2 sherry butts.
Yeah, so the difference between this one and the 1509 is mainly the amount of sherry casks used for it, right?
Well, I'm not really sure about that. I think they're all mostly ex-bourbon.
Are they?
And then some sherry butts. Each batch is a little different. Some have 3, some have 4 sherries, 5, 6, 7 ex-bourbons. This one was a U.S. release only. Batch 1 was a distillery release. Batch 2 was UK, and so on and so forth.
Oh, yeah. Between
UK and the U.S. So I'm going to crack it. I've been on a Balvenie binge recently. Toronto Whisky Society just did a tasting with Jamie Johnson, the brand ambassador for Balvenie, and she brought an awesome lineup. We had the 30-year-old, we had the 21, we had the 17 Doublewood, we had the 17 Peat.
Wow.
Yeah, Jamie never disappoints.
She never does. She's always really, really generous with her tastings and that sort of thing. I had the opportunity to go to Jamie's house and do a review with her, and that day I got to try the 30, like you said, the 25. Pretty much she let me choose whatever I wanted. There was a 17 Madeira cask, which was redonkulous.
Yeah, and I had her for a tasting for Spirit Toronto in 2017, last year, and she brought some really nice stuff too. The 25 she had there, the 21. Did you know that brand ambassadors have to buy their own bottles for their presentations? Yeah,
it's part of their, I guess, allotted money or whatever it is, what their pay, I guess. I don't know. But
that's crazy. So to know that and to know what she brought to the table is actually really good. Here we go.
Oh, beautiful sound right there. All right, let's get 2 glasses over here. I'll let you.
Yeah, so this one's bottled at 49.8%. Which is cask strength.
It is cask strength, right?
Now, I've heard that there is some really old whiskey in these. I'm not certain about this batch in particular, but I've heard there is some 40-year-old plus whiskey in here. I know sometimes some older whiskey gets below 40%.
Yeah.
And a good way to bottle it is to combine it with this one.
All right, so quickly just going to go through some of the people in the chat over here. Sorry if I've been neglecting a little bit. We have, let's go to the beginning. We got Peter White. We got Tux Malfunction. We got Simple Diversion. What's up, buddy? I think that's probably Rob. Could be Graham, though. Cobra Joe. What else do we got here? We got Thomas Buck, Whiskey Untitled. What's up, buddy? Duncan, Chris Santa Cruzin. What's up? Marco, the guy that shared the Balvenie with me earlier. What's up, buddy? How's work? George Chaplin, how's it going, brother? Tim, hey, what's up, buddy? David, Bourbon Shenanigans. Robert, how's it going, buddy? Bronco Rog. Ted Wolf, we got quite a bit. Loch Ness is here. Whiskey Throttles in the house. All right, cool. Everwind I saw as well. Who did I see? Keith Rose. What's going on? Dick,
everyone.
Dick is here too. This smells like Balvenie right away.
Yeah, you get the honey, which you get in pretty much every Balvenie. Big floral note too.
Yeah. Brining it. Like this is what it blows me away is, Balvenie's nowhere near an ocean. Like, I mean, it's far enough from an ocean that it shouldn't smell briny at all. But I always get this like briny note from Balvenie whiskey. I don't know why.
Yeah, you know, I get that in the 25 single barrel. I'm picking up some notes that I recognize from that in this.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the ages of the ex-bourbons, but they're all pretty up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I think my fish is saying hello, everyone.
If you don't know, Rob has this like prize fish that he keeps over here. Has its own massive tank. It's just one fish in the whole thing, but it has a certificate of authenticity. It's pretty renowned.
So I tell this story every once in a while. It started off like 6 inches or so, maybe a little bit less. And my uncle paid about $1,100, and he gave it to me as a gift. And it's about almost, what would you say, 2 feet now? He's a beast.
It's big.
I have an 8-pound weight that holds down the lid because that's how
much he wants to get out of the tank.
Yeah, he wants to get out of the tank every once in a while. But it's called an arowana. It's a Japanese arowana. It's a golden crossback. So for those of you that may know, I was a fish geek before I was a whiskey geek. That was many years ago. For the Americans that live in Florida, I used to work at a place called Big Al's, and it started in Florida, but it also moved to Canada. So
right, I'm going in for a second.
Is that the Balvenie?
Mm-hmm.
Daniel's saying he'll give me 3, but 3 what? I don't know what you're talking about. I missed the original part to that. Aaron Smith's in the house. That's crazy. What's up, buddy? Eric Waite is in the house as well. Swami from Montreal.
What's up, Swami?
Mountain in Montreal. OJ for hire. What's up, brother?
What are you drinking tonight, Swami?
So this is a lot sweeter than I expected. Man, that's really good. Again, that's that, like, there's a salty note that you wouldn't expect. Like, I don't know why I get that from Balvenie. I love it.
Now, I did learn from Jamie Johnson that Balvenie does peat their malt to about 1 or 2 ppm, like super, super light.
Yeah.
Nothing that you'd probably be able to pick up, but they do dry it that way, which is...
So maybe I'm associating some sort of light peat with light brine. Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't know. Maybe. But you're right. Like, how does that happen, right?
Yeah. It doesn't need a drop of water.
I would never put water in this.
No.
No, 49%. It's very approachable.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, that's really beautiful. I don't know if we showed an up close of the bottle, but I want to do that again just so that it focuses in. Guys, I apologize for my live equipment. The only time I ever use this equipment is when I have a guest from another city joining us, and there will be one joining us in about 5 minutes or so. I will have him unmute his mic in a little while. We just wanted to dip into this really quickly before. Jeremy, why don't you quickly tell these guys what you do for Toronto Whisky Society?
Yeah, so basically I am one of the reviewers for Toronto Whisky Society. So I post all of my reviews on the site. It's torontowhiskysociety.ca. There's a bunch of guys on there that do reviews as well, and there's a huge library, over 2,000 whiskey reviews. So go on there, take a look, check it out. If you're looking for a whiskey, we do a lot of independent bottles as well, so stuff you haven't found before might be on there.
So I want to give a quick thank you to Loch Ness. Thank you so much, brother. Just super chatted me. Really appreciate it. Man, that is really good. I'm gonna go out there and say that this is my favorite Balvenie so far, and I've had the 1509, which was probably my favorite before I tried this one. But
yes, I've had the 1509 batch 3, which was also really nice. This one, definitely just trying the 30-year-old last week. It's got elements of that. It's got elements of the 25 single barrel as well. A nice mix of ex-bourbon and sherry.
Yeah. I reviewed the 30-year-old, but I don't think I got a chance to review the 25-year-old. Or what? Or am I reversing it? I don't know. You guys might know better than me. It gets a little cloudy after you've done 200 some odd reviews.
It all just molds into one big whiskey.
Exactly. All right, so we're gonna let our guests come in, but honestly, if you have a chance to pick this up, especially if you have a chance to pick this up for retail, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. That is a beautiful whiskey.
I found this bottle, actually a mutual friend of ours. I traded for it. I had an Eagle Rare 17-year-old BTAC collection, and I did a swap for this, which I was pleased to do. So this one has been on the list for a while, and I'm happy I did it.
Yeah. Peter White just said he can't afford Ontario prices on Balvenie. They are pretty high up there. The American prices on Balvenie usually go for a lot less for whatever reason. Almost half the price. In Ontario, it's astronomical, but there are provinces that you can get really reasonable prices for Balvenie. So I wouldn't recommend buying from here, but if you can buy elsewhere, definitely do so. All right, so our special guest tonight, Jeremy's a very special guest as well, but our second special guest tonight is Daniel from Alberta, who will be starting his channel hopefully soon. I keep pushing him to start very soon, but we will see if that happens. Daniel, why don't you say hello?
How you doing, everybody? Thanks for having me. And I wouldn't say pushing, I would say encouraging. Between you and Malton in Montreal, I got no choice but to start a channel.
Exactly. Well, basically, if you guys get a chance to look behind him on those shelves, there's a collection. Basically, he's bunkered every single whiskey there is in the province in his house. He doesn't really, he sleeps in a small box because although he has 4,000 square feet of home, it's predominantly made up of whiskey. So
yes, that's it. The other room's full of motorcycles.
Yeah, exactly.
And a bunch of pictures of Swami. I know he's listening. Throttle. How you doing, buddy?
All you need. Motorcycles and whiskey. That sounds good to me.
I thought you were going to say motorcycles and Swami.
Hey, Swami's got room on his back of his motorbike. He's got a nice, comfortable bike. You could ride bitch for him.
Yeah, I would ride bitch with Swami.
He's asking
so
what it is.
While I was watching you pouring that nice Balvenie, I decided to pour a 23-year-old single grain from the SMWS. We'll have to ask somebody out there to look up what G8 stands for. I can't pop it up on the computer right now.
So this question is what always bothers a lot of people. Which single grain are we talking about there?
Yeah, I'd have to look it up. Ask who's on there right now is Charles. He's a member as well down in the States.
I think Charles was on earlier, but I don't know if he's still with us.
He's not on your channel right now. Jeez, why am I forgetting what a G8 is? I want to say Canvas, but give me a sec here and I'll look and see what I got it on here.
Yeah, so Canvas is known to use grains, but that single grain could be, I guess, anything, right? It could be...
It just means it's not malted. Yeah,
exactly.
It doesn't have
it could be a barley single grain.
That's right. Yeah, I think it's a blend, though, is what they are, really. It's just a different process to make them.
That's crazy. He's telling me to get a new PC that's not running Windows 95. Well, okay. Unfortunately, if you guys want me to review some high-quality whiskey, it's going to cost me money. So the money that goes into whiskey could be going into technology. But the technology really, does that actually benefit you guys?
Listen, you and Malton in Montreal are making me buy new technology. I had to buy something here the last time it was embarrassing. I felt bad for Swami because they could barely hear me. So I went and bought this mic. So I hope you can hear me better.
Yeah, I think you're coming in pretty well on our end. That's for sure.
That's good.
It is really good.
Yeah, I'm in love with this.
And you're still drinking, yeah, the Balvenie?
Yeah, I mean, we cracked it and just immediately went into it. This thing is probably needs to sit, obviously, for some time, but as it's sitting now, it's evolving and getting nicer.
Awesome.
So Aaron Smith, Daniel, I think he's directing this at you. He's actually directing this probably at That's Crazy. He says, Rob is beautiful either way. I'm not going to say I agree, but I'm going to be very thankful for him saying that.
Listen, I have a T-shirt. I should wear it here one day, and it says, the beauty is in the eye of the beer holder. So since we know Swami's watching, I decided to pull this out of the back of my fridge. Holy crap, a doodle. I just looked at the ABV. It's 11%. I'm going to open that up.
You could chug that in honor of Swami.
I think that's a good idea. I think actually you should pop that open right now. I'll focus the camera on you, and then you just chug her.
All right, do I need to talk? I can't chug like Swami.
Bottle, man. What is it? I know that cost $10, but still.
Did it cost that much?
Most likely.
No, it can't be that much. I think maybe $7.
$7?
Good thing I got a holy shamoli, boys. I better get that down somewhere safe. She's coming. I'll just chug it a little bit out of the bottle.
You're an ambitious individual.
That's 11% alcohol, man.
I'm just busting your shot.
I just got off work. All right, Swami's got me here. Chug, chug, chug.
I actually went to a brewery near my parents' cottage. It's in the Collingwood, Ontario village, so also known as Blue Mountain. It's called Northwinds, and they have a beer called Milk Run. It's a coffee stout. It is the best stout I've ever had in my life by far. So, if someone,
was that good enough?
That's not bad. That's not bad. You get a pass for today.
Wow. That's actually excellent. Vanishing point from Innocent Gun. So, where you were at, they only do beer?
Yeah, so and I asked them that question. The guy looked at me like I was Japanese, or speaking Japanese anyway. I asked them, are you guys planning on doing some whiskey? Because they have this incredible setup, and they have all the tools for whiskey. So I'm not sure. Like, he looked at me like I was from Mars or something. I don't know.
Well, I want to send some samples to you and Swami from two brewers, because you don't get that out there, right? And what makes their single malt so well, see if I can reach this without pulling this off.
Swami's getting inappropriate in the chat over here, making.
I bet Julia's better. Swami, she's actually watching right now. She had to take her mom home, but she'll be back on. So these guys in White Horse make single malt, but for years before they were making it beers, eh?
Right.
They still make beer. But I think the fact that they got to know how well to make a malt, they've actually really done quite well with their single malts. So,
right on.
And they make 4 different variations. One's called classic. One's called peated. Can everybody see that? So they got it on the tag. So they've got classic, peated, special finish, and innovative.
If you guys can see that.
That's what happens when I chug.
You started drinking before you came on camera, didn't you?
I was drinking at work all day. Not all of us are teachers. Some of us work in construction.
So really quickly before we continue, I want to just talk to this before I finish it off. I got about that much left. There's a bit of a char note. I don't know. I get it in the finish every once in a while, like every second sip or whatever.
Yeah. I want to say that's from just really old sherry whiskey. You get that really thick, that char. Yeah.
I really like this. Honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I've had a lot of single casks, and other than this single cask right here, this Val Blair Gordon MacPhail, I find they can be a little bit overwhelming. I really like the idea of blending a bunch of different casks together to get cask strength older whiskey. And that's the beauty of some of the no age statements, is that if done properly, like this one, there's really old whiskey in here, but there's probably some younger whiskey in there to kind of balance it out. And I think that's important. I think that that's the best way to achieve the best kind of whiskey. But I could be wrong. I know there's going to be people out there that disagree with me, but I haven't had a whole bunch of 25-year-old whiskey that I've absolutely loved. So,
no, it's a good point, and I agree. Like, just because it's not age statement doesn't mean it's not good whiskey. You know, you balance out some old stuff with some younger stuff, and you get a really nice product like this. Yeah.
I don't have the bottle readily available, but it's a blend, and it's called Black Bull. It's put out by Duncan Taylor. They have a 8-year-old, they have a 12-year-old, and they have a 40-year-old. Then they have a couple 21-year-old special releases. But I don't think you need to have an age statement on them to appreciate how good they are, right? But that sells them better for them because they're a blend.
Based on some of the comments tonight, I'm going to say that Aaron Smith might be my mom's alias because
the beautiful one. But they're trying to figure out which one's which because the camera's blurry is what That's Crazy said.
Yeah, That's Crazy's ripping my camera.
Yeah, that's right.
Mike, if you want, you can donate a camera to the channel, but I would need a computer too because the camera's not the problem. It's actually the computer.
Thank you, Swami. Yeah, I went and bought this little tiny mic. I'll show it to you after the show. It works really well.
Is that your nickname for Swami?
What did I call him?
Little tiny Mike?
Yeah. That's a new name for him. Who just asked me about Mitchers? Yeah, that is a Mitchers. Everybody can see a lot more than I think they can back here, right? I just bought that today, Mitchers.
Yeah, I just got the 10-year-old bourbon, and I love it. I can't get enough of that.
I have the 10-year-old rye, and from everyone I've talked to, they say the 10-year-old rye is way better than the bourbon, but I haven't opened it up to try it yet. I have not sampled it yet, Pressman, but I could. If you twisted my arm, I might even do it tonight. Yeah, Mitchers bourbon.
This is my new favorite. This is my new favorite bourbon right here.
How much is that bourbon?
I love it. This stuff, I don't know. I don't know how much. I actually won this in a lottery, but I think it after like 150 US.
Is it? Well, I'm told that their 10-year-old straight rye is better. Why does it feel like Jeremy and I are competing?
I've heard the rye is really nice.
Sorry, go ahead and show that again.
What did I say?
No, I wanted them to see what you were showing.
Oh, I'll hold her still.
Yeah. You said you just showed the toasted rye, right?
Yeah, but I also just held up the 10-year-old straight rye.
Yeah, that was just now, but I'm saying before that was the toasted, right?
Correct, yeah.
So
well, I literally bought that today. I kind of bought it to get ready in your show, the same as I bought something else behind me for your show. But I might not open that now. You
were like a bachelor on prom night. You didn't know what to buy, so you bought everything.
I can't tell you what else.
You got the Magnums. You got the.
I bought this, which hasn't been out. This is a 2017 gold Blanton's. I have a 2013, but I got to go back to our buddy there, Dave. And if he's watching, I don't know, he might not comment. But Dave, I got to return this one. Blanton's has the letters spelt on the horse's foot, on the back foot. If you collect them all, you'll spell Blanton's, right? But for some unknown reason, I picked the L twice. So lectures are weird.
Simple Diversion is a relatively, I think he's almost coming on a year now. Him and his partner, Rob and Graham, I think I'm saying, I know there's Rob for sure. Anyway, he's probably the one watching tonight. And he just super chatted, and he's a really, really cool guy. We're getting a chance to collaborate, hopefully in the near future. Just honestly, guys, you got to check out his channel because Simple Diversion. They're doing some really cool things. They're doing whiskey and they're doing cigars. So it's cool because I don't think there's too many channels like that actually right now.
I checked them out a little bit there. Yes, they're kind of cool. Bourbon Shenanigans is asking me if I have the purple and blue box. Is that talking about something on my shelf behind me? That's the Kubicon. So Tomatin stuff. I have a purple and blue box. That's the 2005 limited edition. Is that what they're asking about?
You talking about the Kabokin at the top?
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah. It must be. Well, they say it. What did he say there? I gotta scroll. They're scrolling so fast I can't see what's going on. These guys type a lot faster than me, or faster than I can read. Anyway, I'm not like a school teacher that can read really fast.
I'm not like a school teacher that can read really fast either, to be honest with you.
No, you just sit and read sci-fi books to your students.
Exactly. Exactly. There's a lot of fantasy up here, right? You keep like generalizing and saying sci-fi, and it's kind of offensive.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
I can't believe this. Bloody millennials. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so I'm trying to follow these things. If I take this off, I can still hear you. I think so, anyway.
Trenny and C music video was my life story.
Somebody you've done Tomatin reviews, haven't you?
I've done a couple. I've done a few. Trenny and C. So did you catch my Trenny review or the review I did with Trenny?
I'm not sure. I don't remember. I have been trying to watch all of your guys' reviews backwards. But
I assure you, there's no demonic messages played backwards. You're not going to discover it. Like,
no, you're a funny guy. You're funny. So there's lots of this Kubicon.
Is that some sort of festival? Kubicon?
Actually, I can tell you exactly where this marketing idea comes from if you want me to.
I'm just busting your chops. I'm pulling a I don't know, pronunciation.
Why don't you should leave that up to Eric Waite, okay? He's better at it.
Yeah, that one I want to. Is that the 1984?
88.
Oh, 88.
89, pardon me.
This smells amazing. I haven't taken this.
Yeah. You know who's having Trini and C on is malted in Montreal, so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else they asked about. I have a 30-year-old back here. Oh, now we're getting into somebody's private stash, it looks like, you guys.
I'm going to focus the camera on you so these guys can see all of your collection.
No. They also can see my 42% body fat. Sammy Tag has got it right. Donnie Darko. Daniel, tell Donnie Darko story. So, if you look at the cover of a Kubicon and look at the poster,
yep,
that is Donnie Darko, except this is a wolf and Donnie Darko's was a rabbit.
That's right.
They're identical.
The movie, to be honest with you.
And then it comes from another movie, Brotherhood of the Wolves. But they both came out in 1985.
I was going to say Brotherhood of the Wolves. Well, Donnie Darko has like that cult following, right? But never heard of the other one, to be honest with you. That's a year after I was born, so.
You were born in 1986?
A year after. I was born in 1984.
Was that legal?
84.
All right. I need to chug something here.
I think so, yeah. I think so.
Yeah, we've gone back to this cast strength Balvenie. It's really good. Yeah, this stuff is great. Gordon McPhail, their cast strength series, everything I've had from it is really nice.
Okay, so sorry, Sammy is actually Dave, your buddy Dave, Rob.
Oh, that's Dave. What's up, Dave?
Right on.
Very nice. So, Do they call in Donnie Darko? Do they call the rabbit a Kabokin?
No, they don't. We know you're being funny.
No, I'm asking honestly because I'm pretty sure it only refers to like a ghost dog. I think that's the story, the Tomatin legendary ghost dog.
That's right. I mean, in Donnie Darko, it's just the image they copied, in my opinion, and the Brotherhood of the Wolves, which is a collaboration movie. It was like 3 hours long, right? That's the one that has. It's got the guy that played the Iron Chef America. He's a martial artist, so you should know who he is. He's an actor from Hawaii, but he's a martial artist. So he come out jumping and flipping, right? He played some Mohawk native. What are you guys laughing at? Comments or me?
I don't know. We're finding you amusing. Seattle 206723. This guy reviews like the best cognac you can ever purchase, and he just super chatted me right now. Thank you so much, buddy. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to Seattle's channel because, especially if you're whiskeys, but cognac especially, because the stuff that this guy reviews, I can't even dream of buying. It's ridiculous. So,
has he? I wonder if he's done the review of the SMWS's cognac.
I don't know. I haven't seen it on his channel. I don't think he has just yet. He may have tried it. He's tried some of the like I said, some of the best cognacs you can try. To be honest with you.
Yeah. I had a buddy that rides motorbikes, and he was over in Spain, but he ran over to Cognac, France. They have a family friend there, and that's what the guy does is make cognac. But if you go into these 100-year-old little rock huts that they make for the cognac barrels, it'll have a stamp on it. It'll say Martel or whoever owns that barrel. But he pulled out of those barrels 5 bottles for him and gave him 5 bottles. So he came back. He had 1 bottle left by the time he got here. So I got to try a single barrel cast strength cognac.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
They're always 40%, right? You never see anything cast strength.
Yeah, exactly. That is something that definitely interests me. There's a couple companies now that are starting to really come around when it comes to cognac, but for the most part, they're always like 40%.
Yeah.
Chill filtered within an inch of their life. But this Deanston right here, the 18-year-old, I'll be reviewing it shortly. I wanted the cognac finish because I've heard incredible things about the cognac finish, but that thing's harder to come by than, I don't know. I don't even know what to compare it to, but it's really hard to come by.
It's hard to come by even out here.
Yeah.
Today I stopped and all I saw was the Deanston 12. They were sold out of the Virgin Oak, let alone anything else.
So there are a few places that still have the Virgin Oak, but the 18 is really what I'm looking forward to trying. That 10-year-old, I don't know if I've told you to pick it up yet, but the 10-year-old PX cast strength is ridiculous. Yeah. For a 10-year-old at $80 in Ontario, which is, believe it or not, a good price, it's really, really good.
I'll try it.
So Mike is asking, or That's Crazy, sorry, is asking if 18-year-old is worth buying the Deanston bourbon cask. I'm going to say it's probably worth buying. I've had some guys that are really close to the distillery say it's amazing stuff. I haven't tried it yet myself, so I can't really give you my opinion on it, but I bought it based on reviews of it. So let's just say that, I guess. Man,
good.
So we've been spoiled tonight with these 2 whiskeys.
Drink some nice stuff.
Yeah. I think if we can get some focus over here and get
you guys are opening something else now?
No. I just want to try to focus in the camera so that at some point I'll be able to snapshot this and use it for a thumbnail.
Oh, that's something new I got to learn about. I don't know anything of that.
So let's look at what's going on in the chat over here. So these guys are entertaining themselves, which you would come to expect. I just got break out the ECBP. You know what? Santa Cruzan just super chatted. Thank you so much, brother. I actually have 2 bottles of PCP sitting in Ohio waiting for my friends to go pick them up for me. Very shortly, I will have those bottles in hand. They are paid for. They're gonna come. I'm not concerned about them at all. But actually, getting weird with the beard, Lloyd sent those to Ohio for me. So I got to give him a quick shout out. If you guys haven't subscribed to Getting Weird with the Beard, please do so.
Yeah, if you haven't noted or heard yet, I guess he had a fire. His place burnt down or his house burnt down. So I just saw that today on Facebook on a post he put up.
Okay, so that explains it, because he had told me that something really serious happened, but he wasn't ready to talk about it, and then we hadn't talked since. So I guess that's what it is.
And you just told everyone, so there you go.
And yeah, anybody, I mean, I think even a hello or how you doing might help him out, make him feel good, because a few months back he also lost his father, so I think he's been having a bit of a rough time.
Yeah, he's been some tough times recently, so definitely for those of you that are already subscribed to Lloyd and are friends with him, maybe give him a quick shout out, because you probably can use the love right about now.
Yeah. You guys trying something else besides that Balvenie, or are you just gonna chug it?
At some point we will. What do you got over there that we can kind of
well I keep seeing you use a Millstone glass.
Yep.
And I'm going to open up this bottle here. I've had it for a little while. This is an exclusive to the Kagan Cork liquor store that is also our SMWS liquor store here in the city. And this is Dave is the one that probably helped pick this stuff out. He's in the chat right now. And just
for those of you that don't know, I'm going to give a quick shout out over here to Dave from Kagan Cork, because we're at a disadvantage here in Ontario, because for the most part, you walk into an LCBO and you try to talk to somebody about a whiskey or your next purchase, basically, and nobody knows anything. They don't know shit. No, they're all government employees that have no idea, that have no interest in their job other than the fact that they're getting paid by the government, and sometimes they're permanent and they can actually get benefits and all that other stuff. Most of them, the LCBO's too cheap to even hire them permanent, so they're like busting their chops just to maintain a job so they can pay for their life. You know what I mean? So I don't blame the employees at all. I blame the LCBO and the way it's run, because it's
are they paid minimum wage there, or is it?
It's not minimum wage, but I mean, they're not hiring people permanently. So these guys have no incentive to bust their butt to get to be familiar with different types of product, because they're going to get paid the same no matter what, and it doesn't really help them to be better than the next person.
Yeah, the odd time you can run into someone at the LCBO and they know what they're talking about. Usually it's about wine, but rarely about Scotch and bourbon.
So I think they have the same thing in a couple other provinces. Saskatchewan's similar, although they're pretty helpful in Saskatchewan. I go there a lot of times for work, and I like them there, but it's the same thing. They're very cautious. They're protecting their job. It's a good job. I don't know if you can see how well the legs on this are forming. So this is, I'll get Dave to explain it if he wants to send a message in the chat room there of how they pick this and whatnot. It's 100% rye. It's 100% single cask, 100% milled by Dutch windmills, 100% small pot distillation, and 100% American oak, and 100% handmade. But Millstone, and correct this, Dave, if you're on there, which he's in the chat under Sammy something. I think they make 600 to 800 different spirits in Millstone in Holland.
I was distracted by the chat there for a second, because I thought there was something.
I saw your lips moving.
Yeah. A lot of people are just basically agreeing with the poor quality of service at their local liquor store. California seems to have a similar situation than Ontario. The only difference I would say is, for the most part, as far as I know, there are at least a few competitive liquor stores that you can buy stuff from in California, whereas in Ontario it's all through one stream, which is the LCBO. So
that's another thing about the LCBO. There's no such thing as hunting for a bottle. You know, you always know more or less what's in stock at any given time. There's no fun in the hunt like you get in Alberta or anywhere else in the US.
There's no Dusties. You're not going to find a Dusty at the LCBO. You're never going to be able to walk into a store in a small town and find a bottle of 18-year-old Macallan from 1975. You know, I mean, that's never going to ever happen. So I was just going to see what that was. Someone. So Daniel, Charles is asking if your beard ran away.
Charles, I work in an industry where I may have to wear full face masks. And unfortunately, the site I'm on right now demands clean shaven. So yes, I had to shave it off, and I really hate him for it. What was that, Jeremy?
I said it was a prerequisite for coming on air tonight. You had to have a beard.
Yeah,
that's what Rob told me.
Rob said, "Oh, did he?" I forgot to get my merkin from the dry cleaner. And if anybody wants to know what a merkin is, ask Rob, because I like to watch him blush.
I recently just discovered what those are, and let's just say I'm not impressed. Eric, wait, not to change the subject or anything, but is saying that California liquor stores are like the DMV.
Okay, I'm going to send you a sample of what I just poured. I'll send one to Swami. Maybe I'll send you two, because Jeremy looks like he could use one.
I'll take
Absolutely.
it.
I think he will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will. And that is courtesy, the sample bottles are courtesy of Dave from Keg and Cork. He gave me a bag full of them today.
Yeah, so my buddy Marco right now is bragging in the chat that he found a Macallan 12-year-old from 2003 at the LCBO. So this happened probably about 3 months ago, maybe a little bit longer. He just walked into an LCBO and they were just putting it out on the shelf. A 12-year-old Macallan from 2003. He says it looks like it's even earlier. If you look at the box, it looks pretty vintage to me. And the manager that was putting it out was angry that someone brought it, or that someone actually took it back from whoever brought it back. That just goes to show you the product knowledge. Like, the fact that Marco was able to walk away with that proves that these guys know absolutely nothing about what they're doing. If I was a manager and I saw that, there's no way that would ever hit the shelf. That would just, like, okay, I'm paying for this right now. This is mine. It's going in my trunk.
Well, what's surprising me about that is, like, did they think it was the double tax? Because the 12-year-old sherry, that's what it was, right?
Yeah.
It's not in their system. So scan that.
Well, it was, though. So at that time, it was. So this is the thing, is the LCBO sometimes will scan something and it'll show a vintage date. It'll show, like, okay, in 2003, this was $93, and that's exactly what he paid for it. So in 2003, great, it was $93. He walked away like a bandit, because now he could probably sell that for $300-400, or he'll drink it and enjoy it. But I mean, it's 40%. Back then, it was 40%. Yeah, or at least in Canada it was. Probably elsewhere it was 43.
Okay, that's a good score.
Yeah,
for sure. Someone's saying I have the best gig here because I just sit quietly and sip. Yeah, that's true. I'm just enjoying this. These guys can talk all they want.
So, which brings me to my next point. You
have a point?
Not always, but sometimes I actually don't get that point across on camera, and it takes me like 17 videos to actually say what I intended to say originally.
You need a yardstick and a chalkboard.
Yeah. Chart paper and markers, okay?
Oh, modern day teachers.
A whiteboard, actually. Yeah, that's blasphemy. Anyway, you've done quite a few reviews on Toronto Whisky Society. What are some of the ones that really stand out that you would recommend these guys check out? Something that surprised you that you didn't expect to be that good.
Well, most recently, I did a review on the Redbreast 12 cask strength in lieu of St. Patrick's Day on Saturday, and I loved it. It was my second time trying it. I tried it once before, but I didn't really get into it. Had a sample. Really good stuff for $110 at the LCBO. It used to be $100. It went up $10. It's still a great value at $110. So that's something that's pretty readily available. You get the LCBO right now. You can probably find it elsewhere as well. That was a really nice one. Really good stuff. And this most recently, I got this Michter's 10-year-old bourbon. Love this stuff. Really, really good. I would say I like this more than the Weller, the William Weller P-Tax selection.
So what I think we should do the next time is do a head-to-head between that and this.
Yes, and that I have not tried yet.
So that's the Old Rip Van Winkle, which Peter White's in the chat probably would cut me if you heard me say Pappy, but I'm going to say
yeah, that is not a Pappy. There's only 3 Pappies, the 15, the 20, and the 23. I hate when people call that stuff Pappy. I mean, I've seen Van Winkle, what's his name? Julian Van Winkle just correct people when they say that. And yeah, it's not a Pappy.
Why don't I give you guys, we'll do a competition with this, Blanton's Gold.
I've tried the Blanton's Gold. I've actually reviewed it. It's really good stuff, but this crushes it in my opinion. It's a lot
really?
Better. I think it's a lot better.
It can't be better than Elijah Craig 12. Wink, wink.
It's better than Elijah Craig 12. It's better than Elijah Craig 12. It might be better than the Barrel Proof, in my opinion. I would have to do a head-to-head to know for sure, but it's really good.
Listen, it is not going to be better than this Millstones that I have here. This is massive amounts of like a dried, sugary orange.
We're going to try that
sauce.
Do this next? Or
yeah. Yeah, we can pour this out. Pour it up.
All right. Our next jam is going to be the Michter's 10 over here.
That means I got to drink a bourbon. Damn it.
I know. It's such a tragedy that you have to choose from your vast selection of whiskeys.
I know. I got to go out there and find an open bourbon somewhere.
Peter White, Blanton straight from the barrel kills the gold. I have a straight from the barrel at home. I haven't cracked it yet. I'm waiting for the tape, but I have reviewed the gold before. I gave it a decent mark, but I'm anticipating that straight from the barrel is going to be really good. I have a sample of this from the barrel from Peter White, which I recently received, but I haven't drank yet, but that's coming soon.
Sammy says he would take the, which is Dave from Keg and Cork, he would take the Old Rip 10 over Van Winkle any day.
So everyone is taking off. I want to say thanks for joining, buddy. Have a good night. Dan E has joined us. I don't know if he's been here for a while, but I haven't been following along with the chat too much because I have ADD and trouble following along with more than one thing at a time. Sometimes just one thing is too much for me. So
I'm gonna, if you're pouring a bourbon, I'll pour a Booker's.
Yeah, definitely do that.
So yeah, Booker's is okay. There's someone that really likes Booker's.
I'm a big Booker's fan. I like Booker's a lot.
You know what? That guy's a dick. I don't know why he likes Booker's so much. I'll pour. You know what? Not only will I pour a Booker's, I will pour it in a crystal Glencairn glass.
That's a beautiful glass. Those cost $70 in Ontario.
Are you serious?
$70.
I'm pretty sure even Dave could help you, but I know somewhere else I get them for $40.
Yeah, that's still a lot for a glass, though.
It is. It's crystal. I don't want to get lead poisoning, but what the heck?
It sounds beautiful, but I'm fine with just my regular glass.
Yes, I am too. Just one for the bottle.
There you go. How does that work? So if you drink from the bottle,
you'll get a bigger chat donation there. Eric Waite says, if you say Booker's 3 times, Whiskey Dick will suddenly appear.
Probably already is here in the chat, just like hiding in the,
Yeah, he's under an alias.
Yeah, exactly.
Under Booker Bills.
that Val Blair, Gordon McPhail is redonkulous.
Yeah, it's so good. It's like heavy, thick. Yeah, I really got a nice chocolate note from that. I mean,
chocolate, espresso.
Yeah.
But like the right, like it's not overpoweringly sherry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's pretty well balanced. I mean, I gotta get one of those. I was supposed to be on a bottle freeze where I don't buy bottles for a while because I just spend all my money on booze. But when that comes up,
yeah,
that's my credit card's problem, not mine.
Yeah.
Hey, Swami, malted in Montreal. I gotta cleanse my palate with some stout.
Malted in Montreal is saying poor Bill. We like Bill. Come on.
Well, that's all. We don't joke or say things about people we don't like. We only say about the ones we like. When did Swami grow so many feelings?
So
ice. I said that.
You need to check the level. Oh yeah, fill level is always a thing with Rob because he crushes booze like no one else. Peter, there's the fill level. It's not too bad. It's still okay. It's still touching the top of the label, so you're all right. This is gonna oxidize beautifully. You want it. You want it there. You want it right there.
Yeah. So that's crazy. Asking where we got the Val Blair. We got it from Stin, Alberta. It's sold out, unfortunately, very quickly. I was only able to grab one bottle, but yeah, it's phenomenal. I think there's one other store that I'm afraid to mention right now because I don't want it to be sold out. Let's go on to this Michter's 10-year-old bourbon. What's the ABV on that bad boy?
A single barrel, and they bottle it at 47.2.
47.2.
And this is I want to say it's 2017. But I don't know.
Believe it or not, this is my first Michter's.
Are you serious?
Actually, no, I lied. I've had a sample. Peter White also just recently gave me a sample of the sour mash, but I haven't bought a Michter's or had a bottle present in my house.
They're asking you to give a recap of the bottle you just poured.
Which one?
The one you just had here. Nope, the
Val Blair?
Yeah, the dark bottle, he said here, I think.
They're all dark.
Damn, I missed the super dark. The super dark bottle must be that.
Gordon and McPhail Cast Strength Special, 1993, Val Blair. It's 24 years old, bottled in 2017. But ABV at Cast Strength is 49.6.
Peter White saying that the Michter's 10 is too expensive. It is really highly priced. I got it in a lottery draw, so I paid minimal for it. But yeah, a secondary market, 150 to 175 US dollars.
This smells really nice too.
Yeah, I like this. It's got a good amount of oak, but the oak is an enjoyable oak. Sometimes you get bourbon, the oak isn't good. This I like a lot.
So wow, I just smelt my Booker's. Then I smelled that Millstones from Cajun Cork. It is it's just massive orange.
Yeah.
I can't wait to send you guys a sample.
I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say that these guys don't disclose their mash bill.
I think that Michter's sources their bourbon.
Do they source it? I don't know.
I think that they source their bourbon. I'm not sure. And no, they definitely don't disclose them.
Yeah, so the mash bill, if I had to guess, is heavily rye. And the reason why I say that is because there's like this dill note that is common with rye whiskeys. and I'm definitely picking that up here.
All right. If you guys are going to be bragging about that Micker, I'm going to open up this one.
Do it. Do it. I heard the toasted barrel is the best one. That's
all right. Let's crack the cork.
Peter White saying that Michter's does source. Yeah, that's what I thought. They do source.
They do source? Oh, I think I'm out of glasses. Maybe I should do this in a whiskey throttle size glass. Jeremy, you see your Glencairn?
Yeah, you're going to raise me?
No, this is your Glencairn. This is my Glencairn.
Yeah.
Alberta size Glencairn.
Well, that's good because you pay so much less for liquor. You can fill it up to the top.
This Glencairn was shipped from Ontario to us.
that looks like a light bulb.
It is. It's an LED light bulb, though.
Well, these are supposed to be LED light bulbs, and I'm roasting down here, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope my lighting is even better. I changed these two bulbs up above me.
So Jason Voorhees is asking which has been my favorite Balvenie Tun so far. I've only tried two. My picture wasn't supposed to be up there. The 1401 and the 1509. And I don't even know what batch the 1509 was. It was from the LCBO.
Okay. It might have been batch 3. I know I had batch 3.
Yeah, I'm going to say it was batch 3. I'm going to say that this is better just because I'm pretty sure this has more bourbon cask influence than the 1509 batch 3. And the reason why I think that is because of the color. This one has, it goes a little bit more on the brown side as opposed to the 1509 that goes a little bit more on the
yeah.
You want me to show? Here, I'll show you a color. I got the bottle right here.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You have one there.
Yeah, sure.
I have
this one has 7 bourbon casks. They list the casks here. 7 bourbon casks and 2 sherry butts.
Doesn't the 1509 list stuff? I got a little chart here. I tried to get Dave to read it for me. I don't know what it means. Yeah, I'm never going to understand what this means.
Yeah, 1509s, they have a lot more casks in the column.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Show us the bottle, Daniel.
Bottle's right here, buddy. You want to see the color?
Yeah.
Is that good?
You would know better about color than I do. I mean, it's hard to
Hold on. I got a light I can turn here and maybe get a better shine on it.
I think it's about the same now that I see it.
And that one's batch. What batch is that?
Number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the same one that Ontario got. I'm going to say that the color may be the same now that I see it. But I do find that this feels a little bit more bourbon influence than that one. Does it say on the bottle how many sherry casks are used for that one?
Give me a second, mold. I got to take my glasses off.
I don't think it says it as specifically. Like this one is clearly lined up. Bourbon casks, sherry casks.
Yeah, on the back, maybe you can read it here, of the tube. It's got sherry butt cask numbers 149 to 159.
So 10?
12 sherry butts.
12 sherry butts.
Yeah, so the 1509s are a lot more volume. They put a lot more casks.
Okay.
1509s, I feel, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, in Ontario, the 1509 goes for $850. So
I'll sell this to you for $750 right now.
And he would be making about $200 profit.
Well, I don't know if I'd make that much. I got to add in my fuel and kilometers.
And shipping and whatnot.
Yeah. This toasted barrel is good.
Yeah, this 10-year-old bourbon is really good as well. I'm gonna say that there's probably up to 30% rye in this.
It is. There is a heavy rock. For sure.
That's in your 10-year-old bourbon, Mitchers?
I'm guessing, but
it smells and tastes like it's a high res.
Travis just joined us. What's up, buddy? Welcome. We're just over the 1 hour mark. I think we'll finish our drams and continue talking for a little bit longer because I have two special guests and I'm not talking to myself tonight, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a little different, Dave. When you talk to the voices in your head, it's.
But you told me you love that.
Well, I didn't say I loved it. Loved it. Nope. This is actually quite enjoyable, and I want to thank you very much for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So I had a goal tonight, and the goal was to get as many people subscribed to Whiskey Throttle, Whiskey Salt the right way, before he even puts up his first video, because he will be putting up videos shortly. He's got better technology than NASA, so he's ready to go. He just has to film his first video, and then he'll be, in the game. So go to Whiskey Throttle. It's one word. There's a bunch of different Whiskey Throttles. Don't get confused. It's one word. Subscribe to him if you get a chance. And then, actually, Daniel, why don't you say something in the chat, and then this way they can just click on your thing and subscribe that way.
10-4. I've got several comments in here right now. So
there we go. So now he's in the chat saying, hey, buddy, to Travis. And then this way you guys can subscribe to him and be alerted for his first video. And welcome into the Whiskey Fabric.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Hey,
I just got one. I just got a new subscriber.
Some
guy named Malton in Montreal. I've never heard of him, but he's awesome.
I hear that guy's a real prick.
Sometimes he's
but he has a big heart.
No, he's a good guy. I love Swami. I'm absolutely kidding. I would only say that because I love Swami.
I just want Swami to see that this bag, you can hear it, was donated by a local liquor store, and it's full of 2-ounce samples. Of course, some of them are going to Jeremy and Rob right now. And I'm sure I can fit a few more in your box. Don't take that the wrong way, you perverted Italian teacher.
No, my man. You just always got to go offside. Eric Wade is saying that he's subscribed to you, so now he can troll you.
Oh yeah, he's the best.
I love it.
I always gotta go to etymology.com to know what he's talking about, though, because the words he uses are too big.
That's crazy. That's crazy is saying that Swami's proud to be a prick, and then Swami's saying that he's in gay love with me. So
now, before it was known that Swami is your pimp. Is that true?
Well, we don't like talking about it on air, but I cut him 10% because he tries to keep it as doable as possible, if you know what I mean.
Oh man, I am so glad Julia's not here. She'd be blushing so red. Holy. Oh, what's this about Bart?
My wife, no, she loves the money, so she doesn't care.
Why is Bart saying somebody? Danny is saying Bart is jealous.
So I have a suspicion that Dan E is actually Bart, because he always mentions how much Bart finds me attractive. So.
That might be true. That might be true.
Yeah, everyone's got a boner for Rob. It's just the way it is. My girlfriend thinks that we're in a relationship. I'm always texting. She's like, who are you texting? I said, Rob. I'm like, yeah. So it's just the way it is.
It says Rob's wife and Swami are going to have a fight. You're going to have to set up a ring and put him in there with some boxing gloves.
Honestly, it's I'm the only... The reason why I don't have great technology is I'm the only YouTuber that invests in a makeup artist. So that's the only reason why I'm a little bit better than some.
Oh my God. Is that why your beard looks so on point? Because that's makeup? Oh, my God.
A lot of people, I get it every day, but look, there's some white. There's some white in there. A lot of people ask me if I dye this thing. It's 100% natural. It's actually darker than my hair color, to be honest with you. I don't know why. But,
is that the only thing that's darker then?
Well,
Okay.
now we're gonna, this is a family show, Daniel. This is a family show.
Listen, Jeremy is the best straight man I've seen in years. Even when he smiles, it's just actually just a turn of his neck. It's not an actual smile.
Well,
oh, man.
These guys seem to be entertaining themselves. We've maintained over 30 the whole time. We got up to 50-something at one point, but then everybody realized the shenanigans and only 35 left. It's been fun.
Everybody keeps asking me, what is your channel's name?
Yes, your channel is not easy to find, so you got to do something about that.
I'll try to fix it, but it's at Whiskey Throttle, no E, one word.
Yeah. It's still going to be tough to find, I promise you guys. That's why I highly recommend that you just click, when he sends a message right about now, click his name, go subscribe. This way you'll get alerts when he posts his first video. There you go.
So to understand the term and why you keep seeing some of these videos, pardon me. Now I take my headphones off, I can hear how bad I'm slurring. I haven't taken a quid yet. Hold on a second. The term actually comes from dirt bikes, motorcyclists on dirt bikes, and when they get into a real weird situation, they're trying to hold on to their motorcycles, but they're also squeezing on a throttle, so they're freaking hitting ruts and bumps and bouncing all over the place. So it looks like they've been drinking whiskey and riding a motorcycle, which we do not combine whiskey and motorcycles.
Well, I'm not sure why whiskey and motorcycles would ever be mentioned in the same sentence, because it's dangerous enough driving a motorcycle. But
have you seen Swami ride a motorcycle yet?
Okay, so my dad got his motorcycle license probably about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and he buys the most expensive motorcycle stuff. And I think he's driven a motorcycle maybe 30 times in his life. I think that he was doing it for like midlife crisis reasons. I don't know what Swami's excuse is, but
no, I honestly think Malton in Montreal, Swami did it because he enjoys riding. There's a whole bunch of guys, that they get into motorcycles and it's really just to pick up chicks.
Yeah,
and
Swami does it for the selfies. I see him on his Facebook all the time.
I saw his Instagram, and he's got a beautiful looking motorcycle, and he's wearing all the great gear. But, Swami, I'm not really sure about the blue sneakers. Those kind of threw me off.
Yeah, he said that he prefers crotch rockets.
No, I do. He's on a cruiser.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Oh, he likes crotch. He might like Crocs. Yeah, or, man, that's something else. If I see you on your motorcycle, Swami, wearing a pair of Crocs, that's it. I'm unsubscribing. But I'm gonna finish this stout in the note of Swami.
I feel like it's probably about that time because I started nosing my water. So that probably means that I've had one too many.
Oh, my heavenly Lord. I haven't had this much fun. Well, what time is it?
You can't say that. Those other guys are watching right now. You can't say it. Don't finish that sentence.
You guys are awesome. Jeremy, I really appreciated meeting you, man. You're a cool dude.
Good to meet you as well.
So,
yeah, thanks.
If all that comes out of this live stream was a little bit of laughs and the fact that you guys really need to locate and purchase these two bottles right here, I highly recommend it. They're beautiful. But I think that's about it. Why don't you, okay, first of all, let's get Jeremy over here to give them the website, let these guys know where they can find you. And I'm hoping that Jeremy eventually creates his own website and posts his own stuff because I think he's really talented and he really should be doing his own thing so he gets recognition for it and not elsewhere. But anyway, I digress. Go ahead.
You can check out my reviews at torontowhiskysociety.ca. If you want to become a member of Toronto Whisky Society, go on there as well. Join the waiting list. Good group of guys. We do really awesome tastings, meet and greets. Brand ambassadors from all over the world come in and do private events with us. Really good stuff. You can follow me on Instagram. It's Sippers Social Club, all one word. I post pictures and stuff on there.
Awesome. Daniel, when can we expect the first Whiskey Throttle whiskey video?
Swami, what do you think? Should I have one by the end of this week or on the weekend at the very latest?
Are we waiting for Swami's response?
Well, we can. Somebody said, Swami just said, have a great trip. You know what? I will do one no matter what ability or quality I am of this weekend. And I don't know, give me a sec here. How about, and I think you guys have all done it already. Stoked for your reviews. Thank you very much, Aaron Smith. How about I do this one? I have never opened it up. I love the regular spice tree. I was thinking about how what should I review first? But why not just throw it out there? We'll do the spice tree extravaganza. Have you done that already?
I think that should work.
Have you done it already?
I have not done it. I haven't even tasted it. I haven't even tasted the regular spice tree, to be honest with you. I've only tasted 2 Compass Box whiskeys so far, and I haven't reviewed either of them. They're back here, and they'll be done. So.
Okay, as long as I do my review before you, I'm all doing all right, eh? When I do this review, do I have to wear a merkin?
I think you should wear a merkin.
You have to.
But only if you put it here.
Oh, my God.
I hope everyone's gone out and Googled what a merkin is because they're
You got to spell it the right way. How do we spell it? M-E-R-K-E-N. So,
just to prove that's crazy wrong, I want to show him a couple things here before we sign off. That's me right there. That's hedonism. All right. I know some people pronounce it hedonism, but it's hedonism. I don't care what they say. And this one right here is also me. I've done the damage to this one as well. So
yeah, hold on a second, young fella. I can do my own hedonism review because take a look at your box and take a look at my box and don't get perverted.
I don't want to look at your box. But this
yeah, my box is an older box than yours.
Yeah.
Oh, it's more vintage.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think people could have picked that up without actually
without the word of box so much.
Yeah. A little bit of dust came off yours, so that's how we knew.
Well, you've got the white banner over yours.
Night, Loch Ness. Take care, buddy. Scotch for Dummies are in the house. I think that's probably Drew. You guys should check out their channel as well. We are dwindling, and I think people are starting to go to bed, which is absolutely understandable. I think we should probably do the same. Jeremy's got to get to work nice and early tomorrow morning. So,
Jeremy can sleep when he's dead.
That's right. That's my motto. Drink when you're alive, sleep when you're dead.
All right.
All right. Well, I want to thank you both for coming on the channel tonight. For those of you that watched and are not subscribed to Whiskey Throttle yet, I highly recommend you do so because this first video is going to be bonkers. Check out Jeremy's vlogs because he's reviewed some really, really cool things, and he breaks it down very nicely for you guys. Probably a better job written than I would do verbally. Well, actually, not probably. But he's very specific, and that's very important. So you guys should check him out. And thank you very much for bringing this bad boy over tonight because that was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Everybody that participated in the chat tonight, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate the support. Super chats were awesome. You guys are just in general awesome.
Yeah,
right,
thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
Cheers, everybody.
Thank you very much. Nice meeting you, Jeremy.
Nice meeting you as well. Cheers.
So, Daniel, just stay on the line, bud.
10-4.